So we must do two things, two great things together, to encompass that enormous new view that lies before us, but to encompass it within the framework of science, to see it within the whole categorical framework of science, and to see that these two are not separate, but that they are wedded. The bigness of the idea, the newness of the idea, the greatness of it is one with the structure of science, the structure of being itself.
Principle and Practice by Mary Baker Eddy. The nature and position of mortal mind are the opposite of immortal mind. The so-called mortal mind is belief and not understanding. Christian Science requires understanding instead of belief. It is based on a fixed eternal and divine principle, wholly apart from mortal conjecture, and it must be understood, otherwise it cannot be correctly accepted and demonstrated. The inclination of mortal mind is to receive Christian Science through a belief instead of the understanding, and this inclination prevails like an epidemic on the body. It inflames mortal mind and weakens the intellect, but the so-called mortal mind is wholly ignorant of this fact, and so cherishes its mere faith in Christian Science. The sick, like drowning men, catch at whatever drifts toward them. The sick are told by a faith scientist, "I can heal you, for God is all, and you are well, since God creates neither sin, sickness, nor death." Such statements result in the sick either being healed by their faith in what you tell them, which heals only as a drug would heal, through belief, or in no effect whatsoever. If the faith healer succeeds in securing or kindling the belief of the patient in his own recovery, the practitioner will have performed a faith cure, which he mistakenly pronounces Christian Science. In this very manner, some students of Christian Science have accepted, through faith, a divine principle, God, as their Savior, but they have not understood this principle sufficiently well to fulfill the scriptural command, "Go ye into all the world, and preach the gospel, heal the sick." It is the healer's understanding of the operation of the divine principle, and his application thereof, which heals the sick, just as it is one's understanding of the principle of mathematics which enables him to demonstrate its rules. Christian Science is not a faith cure, and unless human faith be distinguished from scientific healing, Christian Science will again be lost from the practice of religion, as it was soon after the period of our great master's scientific teaching and practice. Preaching without practice of the divine principle of man's being has not, in 1900 years, resulted in demonstrating this principle. Preaching without the truthful and consistent practice of your statements will destroy the success of Christian Science.